Good evening. I'm Ryan Heller, and it's my pleasure to join you tonight as the president of the Merced Symphony Board. Like many of you, some of my fondest memories of our community took place right here in this historic theater, and I wish more than anything that you could be here with us. But because we're all doing our part to be responsible and slow the spread of COVID-19, we're going to have to wait a little longer until we can see each other again. It's important for you to know that during these uncertain times, we're not just surviving, but thriving. And we remain committed to doing what we've done for over 60 years, playing a role as Merced's premier arts organization and providing the community with live classical performances. And we weren't going to let anything stop us this year, not even a pandemic. So our board has been hard at work, getting creative and trying new things. And the result is tonight's concert. Over the last decade, we've made it a point to bring some of California's most talented and sought-after musicians right here to the heart of the Central Valley. And you'll see some of them tonight. In addition, we've partnered with our friends at the Merced County Office of Education to put together programs that instill a love of music and the arts in our children. And you'll hear more about those efforts later. MCOE is also largely responsible for making tonight's broadcast possible. And we're deeply grateful to Dr. Steve Tejan, Nathan Quevedo, and the whole team at METV for helping us to take this exciting step into the future of the arts in Merced County. Finally, while today, September 11th, is a solemn and somber day of remembrance, as you enjoy tonight's concert, I invite you to contemplate the spirit of unity and perseverance that has sustained us for these last 19 years and will continue to get us through the difficult times ahead. I hope you're as excited as we are about the first live simulcast in our 63-year history, and, if everything goes well tonight, the first of many. Thank you very much, and I hope you enjoy the show.
Hello everybody, my name is Ming Luke, the music director for your Merced Symphony, and we're very excited to be presenting this streaming concert for you today. Now, during this time of social distancing, one of the things that musicians miss most is being able to perform together in the same room. And so we're very excited to perform this concert for you, not only for you, but also for our musicians, to perform together. Now, for today, we have a variety of different ensembles. We have a violin soloist performing alone, also performing with the symphony, of course, favorites from Vivaldi's Four Seasons. But we also have principals from each of our sections making a string quartet that's going to open our concert today. And we thought, because this is also 9/11 and a day of remembrance, that we open with Dvorak's string quartet called the American Quartet. And even though he's very famous for writing from the New World Symphony when he did come to America, he also has a very vibrant and exciting string quartet. We're going to start with the fourth movement of that Dvorak American Quartet, in addition to other favorites. So next on our program, we have two favorites from Vivaldi's Four Seasons, Autumn and Winter. Now, Vivaldi wrote actually 12 concertos in the set, and the entire set was more than just the Four Seasons, which only represent 4 of the 12 concertos. And so the other ones make up a whole set he called the battle between invention and harmony. And so we thought that we would try to invent and improvise a little bit with these two, because during Vivaldi's time, the Baroque era, they would be improvising quite a bit. And so our violinist, Matthew Szemela, is going to be playing Autumn the way it was originally written, with a normal violin. But then for Winter, which is a very famous concerto from the Four Seasons, he's going to be improvising on his special electric violin. Now, this is an instrument made specifically for him that features 6 strings. It is, again, electrified like a guitar, electric guitar, and has a lot of different effects. And we think this is something that maybe Vivaldi would have approved of if he was writing today, because, again, like Bach, like Vivaldi, they like to use the instruments of the day to the fullest extent. And so, since Matt has this fantastic violin, this electric 6-string violin, we thought it'd be fun to present Autumn traditionally, and then Winter with new invention.
Good evening. My name is Steve Teachin. I'm your Merced County Superintendent of Schools. And I'm so excited to be part of tonight's production of the Merced Symphony. You know, our METV production studio has done a wonderful job of bringing this to you live on the air tonight. And I want to thank staff for doing this and the partnership with the Merced Symphony. You know, culture is really one of the most important things we share with our children, and the Merced Symphony and Merced County Office of Education have for the last 10 years or more provided a wonderful experience in January every year where our youngest students get to come to the symphony for free. We're going to see a short film that will share with you the excitement of our local 3rd and 4th graders.
My name is Ming Luke. I'm the music director for the Merced Symphony, and we just played 2 fantastically entertaining and educational music education concerts. We were really excited about these concerts because the hall was completely full. You can see behind me it's empty now, but every single seat was completely filled with 4th graders from Merced County Schools. And we had a guest artist, Dawn Harms, who was talking about the violin and played many different pieces featuring the violin, from really wacky fun pieces to pieces by Bach that were hundreds of years old. We used a different orchestration, different setup of musicians for every single concert. Some pieces require 100 people on stage, some pieces require only 4 people on stage. But this time we had a string complement to accompany Dawn Harms. So we had a smaller ensemble so we can go visit Los Banos and play 2 performances there for hundreds of kids as well.
My name is Dawn Harms, and I'm here playing a solo concert for children, and it's just a fabulous show. My show is set up so that people don't know they're being educated. I start off with Bach, so here's the wonderful Prelude by Bach. Then we move to Vivaldi, and we imitate sounds of nature on the violin. What would a bird sound like in music? Well, Mr. Vivaldi thought it sounded like this. I guess that sounds like a bird. How about a creek or a babbling brook? Let's say water going over the rocks. I guess it does sound like that. Then we go to Mozart, who was famous when he was 5. But before I do that, I'd like you guys to help us sing a song that you maybe didn't even know that Mozart brought this to us. He wrote a song, well, he heard a French folk tune, and he turned it in and decorated it into a piece we sing today. So can you guys help me? I think when you hear a little of the orchestra playing it, you'll know what it is. Want to join us singing? Yourself a hand. Gorgeous voices, gorgeous. Wow. Then Beethoven, 4 most famous notes in history, which is from his 5th symphony. We've traveled all over the world, and no matter where we go, in the middle of the desert to a populated city, everybody knows these 4 notes. So here they go. Here we go, and let's see if you can guess. Well, you all know who wrote it. You've at least heard it. Who wrote it? know this. Wow. Then I branched to the more fun stuff. I have a very famous piece by Paul Nero. I thought, well, I can go out and just play it, or I can wear the canary. So I dressed in the canary suit. Then to fiddle music, where I dress up as a funny character. Does anybody want to go faster? Are you sure? Because I can't hear I love when the kids are on stage because they just are involved in the show, and it makes it a much more interesting show for me and everybody, and show the kids that they can do it too.
My favorite part is seeing the spark on a kid's face when they hear Beethoven for the first time. We know that when they're very young, they'll listen to anything and they love music. But the best part is that when kids are young, the more music they listen to, the more music that they perform, the more music that they try to combine together and perform with other people, it just helps their development in so many different ways, and it completely changes how they function. For instance, we know from studies that their spatial skills increase. We know that their ability to cooperate is developed by listening to music and by connecting to people. And so the benefits that we find from music education especially is really, really fantastic. And I would love for concerts like this to excite people enough to try to pick up an instrument or to join in with their school bands or orchestras.
If these kids, especially in this area, Merced and Las Banos, if they've never been exposed to it, if they don't even know what a violin is. So to be able to see a violin up close and then to hear it play Bach, Vivaldi, Mozart, play the sound of a bird, and then to turn it into a fiddle, they get to hear how different it sounds. That's my goal. I want them to be educated, and they don't even know they're being educated because they're having such fun. And they also, again, get to see that they can do it too. And they probably never have been exposed to it if it was not for the Merced Symphony. And I think this is amazing what Merced Symphony does.
Good evening, Merced County. My name is Shane Smith, Vice President of the Merced Symphony Association. I hope you are enjoying our first ever live broadcast performance of classical favorites right here at the Merced Theatre in downtown Merced. This special occasion would not have been possible without the technical brilliance of the Merced County Office of Education's Media Relations team. Please join me in thanking MCOE for their critical support of this concert. If you are a fan of Merced Symphony programming, you probably know about our annual children's concerts held in this very theater each January. Children's concerts present classical music to Merced County fourth graders in a fun, funny, and accessible concert format. Students in and around the cities of Merced, Atwater, and Lee Grand attend one of two performances held at the Merced Theatre. Los Banos Unified students attend a performance at Pacheco High School. And thanks to our generous patrons and sponsors, including MCOE, School districts in these areas only pay a nominal charge for every single one of their fourth graders to attend a children's concert. COVID-19, of course, will likely make it impossible for us to hold children's concerts in the same way that we have in the past. That's a big deal for me, and I'm sure it is for you. This year, my daughter is a fourth grader at Burbank Elementary in Merced. I don't want her, or any child, to miss the magic that generations of Merced County kids experienced when they attended their children's concert. So I don't know about you, I don't see a reason why we can't broadcast our children's concerts to Merced County kids, just like we are broadcasting tonight's performance to you. The Merced Symphony is committed to making that happen. But we need your help. Please consider making an online donation to support the Merced Symphony's children's concerts right now by visiting mercedsymphony.org/donate. You can also mail a check to the Symphony at an address on that same webpage, which is again, mercedsymphony.org/donate. Our goal is to broadcast live classical music to every Merced County fourth grade classroom, including those in Livingston, Dos Palos, Gustine, and Hillmar that have not been able to participate in our children's concerts to this point. With your help, we can do this. Thank you for making your contribution to live classical music in downtown Merced. Enjoy the rest of tonight's performance.
Again, we want to thank you for watching this special streaming concert with the Merced Symphony. The string orchestra is going to be concluding the concert with two favorites for string orchestra, and that is the Holberg Suite by Grieg, and then two movements, the inner movements of Tchaikovsky's Serenade for strings. Now, Tchaikovsky's Serenade for strings was written at the same time as a very famous piece by Tchaikovsky, the 1812 Overture, which you might know uses cannons and is very bombastic. But at the same time, he wrote a work that he said was very meaningful to him, and this was a Serenade for strings, which he wrote after the style of Mozart. And we're going to be playing the two middle movements, which received encores during its premiere, and were two audience favorites, and audience favorites not only of its day, but also when we've performed it in the past for Merced Symphony. And then we're going to end, of course, with the first movement of the Grieg Holburg Suite, a work that has great vibrance and vitality, and just to show that, again, arts are alive here in Merced and all around the world, and musicians enjoy performing not only with each other, but also for you. Thank you again.
Thank you.